Hello and welcome back to the channel, and of course to another video. As you can probably tell from the introduction to this video, I have a new car on my channel. If you've been watching the video so far, you're probably aware that the two cars that I've worked on are my Vectra and my wife's Corsa. Now today we have a Vauxhall Astra Bertone Coupe Turbo. It's a limited edition Linea Rossa. It's quite a rare car and it belongs to a very good friend of mine who's asked me to take a look at it because it's lacking boost. Absolutely nothing until about 4,000 revs, at which point it turns into a raging, fire-breathing beast. The car is currently running 240 brake horsepower. It's the 2-litre fuel-injected turbocharged Vauxhall Z20 LET engine. We believe it's had an uprated turbo from Astra VXR. It's got a cold air induction system and also a Scorpion stainless steel catback exhaust with a sports cat fitted. It's been remapped. So the video you're about to see starts off with me finishing work to go over to my friend's house after I've had the call saying that there's something wrong with my car, I think the turbo's gone, there's no boost. So we go over and have a look at that. We see a little bit about how the problem has unfolded, what we think it is, and we're going to take it from there. Now there's going to be lots more videos coming up on this channel. The car is not without other faults as well. Apart from the lack of boost, we also have a couple of pipes that need replacing under the engine bay, oil breather pipes and also a vacuum line. The front brakes need attention, the rear spoiler is loose. We have a short circuit somewhere in the interior which is causing the OBD port not to work, we think. We're not sure yet. So there's going to be lots more content on the channel regarding this car. So I've rambled on enough. Let's get into the video, get an introduction to the car, and we'll take it from there. Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. I've just finished work and I'm going to be heading over to my friend's house now, who has got the Vauxhall Astra Coupe Turbo, which has no boost, and he called the RAC out last night to try to plug it into their code reader and it was unresponsive, they couldn't get it to connect. So I'm going over there now and we're going to take a look at it. Alright, we've lost darkness completely now, but if we look down here, that there is the turbo wastegate with the actuator. The nut which holds this on has come loose. I don't know if we're going to be able to find a replacement nut to go on there, but potentially that would have been a really quick fix if I had some nuts and bolts with me to secure that. So on a punt, we've been to B&Q and got some M6 little nuts, which I'm hoping, because we don't have anything to compare it to, I'm hoping that these are going to fit and get this car fixed and back on the road tonight. Right, the turbo actuator bar, that rod is secured back on the wastegate actuator. So let's see if we've got boost. The video clip that you've just seen, we've actually recovered the car over to my house from my friend's house. His driveway, you probably couldn't tell in the first part of the clip, but his driveway is brutally steep and it's just not feasible or practical or safe to jack a car up on there and do any kind of work on it. So we brought it over to my house where we can keep it on the flat, and I've got all my tools in the garage, and it's going to be much easier to work on like that. Alright, so this is the 2 litre turbocharged engine. There are 3 issues on this car, essentially. Number 1 is that this actuator rod came away from the wastegate valve, and if you can see down there, that is a replacement nut that you will have seen earlier in the video, which is actually a few days ago when I went round to my friend's house and had a look at it for him. But that's going to be redone. We're going to get some thread lock on there, just make sure that doesn't come loose again. We've also got an exhaust blow coming from down there somewhere. Now I suspect it's the gasket sealing the downpipe and the exhaust manifold. So we're going to try and get the downpipe off, have a look at that. And thirdly even, this is a vacuum line, you can see it moving there, which goes to the turbo. And it goes all the way back around there to the back of the inlet manifold. And if you look very carefully there, you'll see that this vacuum line has been rubbing against the alternator, and it's cut almost all the way through. So a combination of those things is causing a lack of boost. So we're going to try and get the downpipe off first. To do that, we've got this clamp here, which is held on at the back with access from underneath to a threaded nut, and then the usual triangular joint with 3 bolts down at the bottom underneath. Okay. It's not very clear, but what you can see up there is the turbo wastegate, what's known as a penny valve, or it's the mechanism that holds the penny valve. The actuator rod that I showed you earlier, when that moves out from the actuator, that opens the wastegate, which moves that mechanism inside the turbo housing and opens the penny valve and releases the pressure. And that penny valve is missing, which means it's come off. So I think we found the problem. So my friend's Astra turbo seems to be missing a penny valve in the turbo wastegate. What that means is basically that the turbo is going to struggle to get any kind of low down boost before under 4,000 revs. When you drive it, it's absolutely numb up to 4,000 revs. Once you get to 4,000 revs and the turbo's spinning so fast, it's able to keep some boost, and it really does move. But other than that, we need to decide what we're going to do about this turbo, whether you can get the turbo, which bolts into the manifold, because the manifold comes down and is part of the wastegate housing, which is what the penny valve is for. I think the manifold's going to have to come off anyway, whether we can repair the penny valve, replace the penny valve, or just fit a replacement unit. I don't know yet. It depends what he wants to do, how much money he wants to spend, and whether he wants to go ahead with it at all. So the next video you're going to see is most likely going to be a walk around of the car. We're going to look at all its faults, what we're going to tackle first, how we think we're going to tackle them, and watch the Astra take shape and get it back on the road. So thank you very much for watching. Please comment, like and subscribe. If you own one of these cars and you have any ideas, any modifications, any helpful information that you think might be useful to get this car back on the road, please comment down below. I'll read all the comments, I'll respond to them. It'd be great to get some feedback about what you think of this car. And like I said earlier, there's going to be lots more content to come on this car. It's a great car. You don't see many of these on the road anymore, and you see even fewer of them with the 2-litre turbo engine. So it's quite a rare car, and it'd be good to keep it on the road. It is a daily driver. My friend does rely on it to get to work and back, so we do need to get it back on the road. So we're gonna call this video a day here. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.